Good morning, my darlings. How are we doing? And today is day 15 of the 1 job a day challenge that I have set myself to help get myself out of the rut of ADHD burnout, which meant that our house has become almost unlivable and such an overwhelming disaster that both myself and my partner are just cannot cope with it. Okay, but I've got to the stage where I'm starting to come out of it. A major part of the pressure that was on me is no longer on me. So I'm taking a 1 job a day in hand so I can get through my house so that it becomes less of a challenge to keep on top of it. So today's challenge is this. That lovely pile right there. And the stuff that's underneath the sewing machine, because there's stuff under that sewing machine. Basically, I want to get the whole living room area finished. From this point onwards is the dining room, and that is what I aim to start tomorrow. Oh, and Tanny has asked me one thing is to vacuum the floor, which I was going to leave till last. But yeah, he wants it done now. And before people start saying, well, what's wrong with his hands? And why aren't his, he's got hands and a heartbeat. Tanny works anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day. He's on the road every single day. He's up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's dealing with people constantly. He's dealing with situations at work that at the moment are completely on top of him. And the man is very close to having a mental breakdown because he's done. So he did help me on the weekend quite a lot, actually, and he does help me behind the scenes that you guys don't see with the everyday stuff. He is also my carer when I need it, because I have physical disabilities as well as the ADHD and PTSD and autism and all the other blah, 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 alphabets. I'm not sure there's any letters I'm doing without at the minute. That is not a sign to try harder, right? No. I'm doing this to help him and his mental health, because right now he needs as much help as possible. I'm doing this for me so that I can get my body stronger, so I can do the things that we want to do and achieve in our lives together. We have goals that we want to achieve. I have personal goals. We have goals as a family unit, as a couple, and they can't be done until I get stronger, he gets stronger, and we get on our way. Now, a major part of that is getting the house back in order so that we can actually do the things, because right now we can't. Now, I do have a little bit of a deadline that wasn't there before to get through all of this side of the house, which includes the kitchen. Okay, so that means living room, dining room, kitchen all has to be done by 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Now, there's a really big reason for that. And that reason is that we are doing our biannual trip to Leeds on the weekend, to Kirkgate Market. Now, when we go, and we're going with the car, most of the times that I've been to Kirkgate Market, it's actually been 4 times a year, about once every 3 months, and I go and I take as much as I can possibly carry on the bus. I'm with my walker. I've got as many bags as I can possibly carry on that thing, without, causing myself any major distress. I do try and take my son so he can take some stuff as well. Sometimes Tanny comes as well, but he's normally at work when I go and do this. But this time we're going to take the car, because the car needs to have a long run, because he's had an ongoing issue with one of the fuse warning lights that keeps coming on for no particular reason. It basically just needs a really good run. So we're going to go to Kirkgate Market in Leeds, and we're going to do it that way, which means that we will be filling the car with as much fresh produce as we can lay our hands on, that we will use for our everyday use, for batch cooking meals, and for also preserving. Pardon me. Obviously, we have a very small garden, both front and back. This year's garden, it's our first year here. It's very much an experiment to see what we could do in the space we've got. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the back garden. A lot of work needs to be done in the front garden. We're not going to have enough produce for us to be able to feed ourselves. We'll have a few meals out of it and it'll be very nice, thank you very much. But it has given us some clues of what should go where and how and what's possible in this garden. Also, the weather has not exactly helped, and it's been probably nearly 12 weeks of constant rain at this point. Point is this. I'm doing what I can as I can. I do have physical things that stop me. I know everyone will go, oh yeah, because you're a fat ass. It's not just about that. And to be honest, I haven't been this size for very long in my life. My biggest issue is my back and my hips. My back, I have quite a severe degenerative back injury, and my hips are also degenerating. So the weight doesn't help, but the weight's been put on due to menopause. Joy. Hey. Yep. Some women put on a whole human being, and that's what happened to me. So that doesn't help. So I have to get myself stronger, and part of that is to get my house in order so I don't get overwhelmed and just go, I can't do today, and not get on and do things. So once all this is done, and I know I've explained all this before, but some people might be coming in and going, why are you doing it? So there you go. Now you know. I'm not going to be doing the bedroom and the office just yet, obviously, but it's this main part of the house that I've wanted to get first off. Yeah, so that we could do this trip to Leeds, so that we could go and get the produce, because we can get big boxes of stuff, big bowls of stuff, all of that kind of thing. And get our processing done for the winter and rest of the year. I'm hoping to get enough tomatoes to do enough of our own water bath in, that we don't have to buy any tomato products this year. Now, I know I have 27 tomato plants out there, but, you know. Anywho, back to this. Today, that's what I'm dealing with. That big pile of detritus there. The stuff that's actually hiding behind the couch leg there, or arm, whatever it is. I don't know. All of that, down that middle bit there. Okay, that and vacuuming. So I suppose we better get off our butts and get on with it then. Hey. Here we are. I'm done. I've done it. I've done this area. This is really cool. Now, the only things that are still around is underneath that blanket. I've got to fold that blanket. I'm going to get Tanny to help me when he gets home. It's the box of cat toys, which are going up in the loft on the weekend. The racking for the kitchen, which just arrived this afternoon. The cat box, which again is going up in the loft. Floor's been done. All of this has been sorted. Down the side's been sorted. Everything. So yes, this living room area has taken me 3 days, but I've taken it in chunks, and for a 100% well person, it probably would have taken half an hour, to be honest, but I'm not a well person at the moment, and I'm not a very strong person, and I'm just doing what I can when I can. Now, from tomorrow, I will be starting in there. I'm quite excited about that. I'm not going to lie to you. I am very excited about that. I am sweating so bad. So, take each chunk as it comes. Just do what you can. Little bit by little bit makes all the difference. I mean, look, we've even got a couch. It even looks like I've got dust all over me. It looks like a couch, which is kind of cool. So like I said, there's only little bits and pieces around the place that we can sort out, but they're just bits I really need Tanny to help me with, because I'm literally done at this point. So I will see you tomorrow when we get stuck off in there. Have a really awesome rest of your day, guys. Just remember, every little bit, one job a day. Love you guys heaps. Mwah!